What if I told you that millions of people are struggling with an addiction that nobody talks about? An addiction that doesn't involve substances, doesn't leave physical scars, but silently destroys lives from the inside out. Today, we're diving deep into a topic most creators avoid: porn addiction. And more importantly, how it's quietly killing your motivation, destroying your confidence, and rewiring your brain in ways you never imagined. This isn't about judgment, this is about science, truth, and solutions. Let's begin. Here's a statistic that should concern everyone. According to recent studies, over 200,000 Americans are classified as porn addicts. But here's the thing, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Millions more struggle silently, never seeking help, never even realizing they have a problem. Why? Because unlike alcohol or drugs, this addiction hides in plain sight. It's accessible 24/7, free, private, and normalized by society. But let me be clear, we're not talking about occasional viewing. We're talking about compulsive behavior that interferes with daily life, relationships, and mental health. So, how does this happen? How does something that seems harmless become a destructive force? Let's talk about dopamine, your brain's reward chemical. Every time you experience pleasure, whether it's eating your favorite food, achieving a goal, or yes, viewing pornography, your brain releases dopamine. This creates a reward pathway, a neural circuit that says, hey, that felt good, let's do it again. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. Modern internet pornography provides something called supernormal stimuli. This means it triggers dopamine release at levels far beyond what natural rewards provide. We're talking about unlimited novelty at the click of a button, new faces, new scenarios, endless variety. Your brain didn't evolve for this. The answer lies in your brain. Research published in JAMA Psychiatry found that heavy porn users showed significant changes in brain structure. Specifically, reduced gray matter in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision making, impulse control, and willpower. Think about that for a second. The very part of your brain that helps you make good decisions is being physically altered, but it gets worse. Dr. Gary Wilson, in his groundbreaking research, identified a phenomenon called desensitization. As your brain gets flooded with dopamine repeatedly, it starts to protect itself by reducing dopamine receptors. It's like turning down the volume. The result, you need more and more stimulation to feel the same pleasure. Regular activities like spending time with friends, working on goals, exercising, they start feeling boring, unrewarding. This is why porn addiction destroys motivation. Your reward system is broken. Now let's talk about confidence, because this is where things get really insidious. Porn addiction creates a vicious cycle of shame and secrecy. Users often report feeling guilty, disgusted with themselves, and deeply ashamed of their behavior. They hide it from partners, friends, family. This secret life erodes self esteem from the inside. But there's more. Studies show that chronic porn users experience what's called social anxiety and performance anxiety. Why? Because porn creates unrealistic expectations. Bodies don't look like that. Sex doesn't work like that. Real intimacy requires vulnerability, communication, emotional connection. When you've trained your brain on fantasy, reality becomes intimidating. Research from the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that young men with porn induced sexual dysfunction, that's right, physical dysfunction caused by pornography, experienced severe confidence issues. They avoided dating, avoided intimacy, felt inadequate. And here's the cruel irony: they often turn back to porn for comfort, deepening the addiction, strengthening the neural pathways, making escape even harder. The shame feeds the addiction feeds the shame. This is the silent killer. It doesn't announce itself, it doesn't leave obvious damage. It just slowly drains your vitality, your confidence, your ability to connect with real people, your motivation to pursue real goals. Let's connect the dots. When your dopamine system is dysregulated, when your brain's reward center is desensitized, motivation becomes nearly impossible. Think about starting a business, hitting the gym, learning a new skill. These activities require delayed gratification. You work hard today for rewards that come weeks, months, or years later. But a porn addicted brain is wired for instant gratification. Click dopamine, click dopamine. Why would your brain choose the gym, which takes months to show results, when it can get a dopamine hit in 30 seconds? This is called hypofrontality. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's CEO, becomes weakened, impulse control fails, long term planning suffers. You know what you should do, but you can't make yourself do it. Productivity plummets, goals get abandoned, dreams fade. Research from Cambridge University found that porn addicts showed the same brain activity patterns as drug addicts when shown triggering images, the same neural circuits, the same compulsive behavior, the same inability to stop despite negative consequences. This isn't a moral failing, this is neuroscience. So, what's the solution? First, awareness. If you recognize these patterns in your life, you've already taken the most important step. Denial keeps people trapped for decades. Second, understand that recovery is possible. Your brain has neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire itself. Those damaged dopamine receptors, they can regenerate. Those weakened neural pathways, they can strengthen. But it takes time. Research suggests 90 days minimum for significant brain changes. Some people need longer. Third, environmental control. Delete apps, install blockers, remove triggers. You cannot rely on willpower alone when your prefrontal cortex is compromised. You need external systems. Fourth, replacement behaviors. Your brain needs dopamine from healthy sources. Exercise, creative projects, social connection, achievement. Fill the void with activities that build you up instead of tearing you down. Fifth, and this is crucial, consider professional help. Therapists specializing in behavioral addiction understand this struggle. Support groups exist. You are not alone. Some people benefit from accountability partners, others from cognitive behavioral therapy. There's no one size fits all approach. The key is taking action today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Porn addiction is the silent killer because it operates in darkness, in shame, in secrecy. But you have the power to bring it into the light. Your brain is not broken beyond repair. Your confidence can be rebuilt. Your motivation can be restored. But only if you are willing to face this honestly, commit to the process, and understand that recovery is a journey, not a destination. The science is clear, the damage is real, but so is the possibility of healing. This video isn't about judgment, it's about truth. It's about giving you the information you need to make empowered choices about your life, your brain, your future. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to make a change, drop a comment below. Share your story if you feel comfortable. You might inspire someone else to take their first step. And remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every recovered addict was once hopeless. You can do this. This is Resurgo reminding you that you have the power to rise again.